Steven DeKnight, how are you keeping today?
Very good.
Congratulations on Pacific Rim Uprising.
Thank you.
For a feature film directorial debut, you really threw yourself into the deep end there.
I wanted to start small.
Sure. Like, what's the next one? Like the end of the world as we know it. Like, there's no up from this really. Well, except for Pacific Rim 3, I guess. But like, was that something you were wanting to do on purpose? You're like, if I'm going big.
No, not at all. Actually, Mary Parent, who now runs Legendary, I had written this really small 3-person thriller, all in a house, 3 people in a house. Mm-hmm. And we had set it up at a studio, and we're in the process of trying to get it going, and it was taking a while. And she called me up one day and said, "What do you think about Pacific Rim 2 instead?" And I was like, well, it's much bigger than 3 people in a house, but I love the genre.
Yeah.
I felt like it was an extension of what I've been doing in television. And I thought, I mean, you can't turn down an opportunity like that when it comes.
No, I mean, like, it is literally one of the biggest, like, having seen it, I was like, the set pieces in this are almost incomparable in size. When you are making a blockbuster like this, is there a specific directorial person out there you'd like this be inspiration because we have to like nail this?
Well, Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, sure.
is my huge inspiration. I've loved him ever since he first came on my radar with Kronos. I think he is just a genius, especially a visual genius. He's like the Leonardo da Vinci of movies. So I really was inspired by him, and of course everything I grew up with, from Ultraman to the Godzilla movies, and of course my idols, Steven Spielberg. I just really wanted to take everything I loved and put my own spin on it.
Because you co-wrote it as well. You've
Yes.
co-written the script. Was there ever a point where it was like, no, that's too big? Like, is this the film that's like, there is no such thing as too big?
There was plenty of stuff that was too big.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I much like I do in TV to help flesh out the story, I put together a writer's room for 2 weeks.
Right.
And there were some fantastic ideas, but I had to put on my director's hat and say, no, too big. I can't. Yeah, that's going to take an extra week and about $20 million.
So when you got down to the final script, was there a specific scene you were really looking forward to directing? Like, is there one in the movie you're like, that's my baby, that's the one I really enjoy doing?
You know, most people might think that it's the huge action set pieces, but honestly, those are so technically difficult, and they have so many pieces. That's a real battle. For me, the scenes that I'm always most excited about are just 2 great actors talking with each other. And there's a scene in a kitchen between John Boyega and a Scott Eastwood I was very excited about.
The ice cream scene.
Yeah, the ice cream scene. And a scene with John Boyega and Kaylee Spaney inside a holding cell. That was a bit of an emotional scene. And those are the scenes that really excite me, because I think with a movie like this, if you don't have great characters and characters that have emotion and can interact with each other, characters you care about, no amount of fantastic visual effects is going to make you like the movie.
That's true, and I think you did a fantastic job, because the cast in this really nailed the tone just right, because they don't go too serious, because they're very aware that it's giant monsters and robots fighting.
Of course.
So congratulations on that. But you spoke at the start there about speaking to Legendary, and there's been a lot of fan talk about Pacific Rim crossing over into the King Kong. We did go Godzilla.
Yeah.
Was that a conversation that came up at all when you were making this, where it was like, if you leave a few breadcrumbs in it, then we know it's leading towards
it's interesting.
something?
I think there's a lot of fan talk, because I tweeted about it once,
right.
or I said in an interview or something. I didn't consult with Legendary. I just said, as a fanboy first and foremost, it's something that I would love to see. So I do have a plan of how that can happen if we get a chance to do the next movie, to set it up for later on. Whether or not Legendary wants to do that, that's completely up to them. But you know, I grew up loving things like Destroy All Monsters, where they all come together.
Yeah.
So I would love to see Jaegers and Kaiju and Godzilla and Kong and King Ghidorah and all of that all in one movie.
Steven, you are absolutely not alone. I can guarantee you that. Thank you so much, buddy.
Thank you.
They started out like us. This This is our time to make a difference. Do you understand? Jaeger pilots, do you understand?
One way to find out.
That's what I'm talking about!
Gonna be a long day.
What do we do?
We fight!
Those on top of me.